The adopted brother, wearing a faded, laundered shirt, stood by the gate of the orphanage. My sister, who has always been obsessed with money, gleefully ran up to him, threw herself into his arms, and sweetly called out, "Brother, you're here." In that moment, I knew my sister had also been reborn. In the last life, when faced with the choice between the wealthy Winslow family from the capital and the poverty-stricken Lansing family, my sister pushed me to the ground and rushed toward the long limousine. "I don't want the poor life, sis. You can take this hardship for me." She got her wish, a life of luxury. Yet the smile on her face faded daily, and a year later, she was kicked out of the house and died tragically on the streets. As for me, I relied on my excellent grades to get into the best school, went abroad for studies with my adopted brother, and with the blessings of my foster parents, I ended the adoption relationship, married their biological son, and lived a happy, successful life. Reborn this life, my sister made the exact opposite choice. I looked towards the adopted brother who had walked the entire previous life with me, expecting him to say something. Instead, he shielded my sister behind him, looking at me with cold eyes. "Stay away from my sister." Under my sister's triumphant gaze, I walked toward the long limousine. Perfect timing. "I'm ready for a different life this time." "Welcome, miss," said the driver. The Winslow family hadn't sent anyone else, just a chauffeur. He drove and meticulously instructed me on the rules of the Winslow household. We soon arrived. I followed him into a palatial, luxurious mansion. "Madam, the young lady has arrived." A beautiful woman was sipping tea on the sofa. She looked up, her eyes assessing me. Then she waved. "Come here. What is your name, dear?" "My name is Annabelle." The woman nodded. "Good girl. From now on, your name is Annabelle Winslow. Butler, take the young lady upstairs." "Yes, madame." I followed the butler, walking carefully. The banisters were made of rare, sturdy wood, and the floors were expensive marble. Everything exuded opulence. These were all things I achieved through my own efforts in the last life, so I wasn't overly curious. The butler looked back at me, a hint of disbelief in his eyes. He pushed open a door to reveal a spacious princess room. "Miss, this is your room. Please rest. I'll be back later." The butler left. I stepped inside, observing everything. The environment was excellent. The Winslows were clearly generous with their adoptive daughter. The room radiated the sophistication and luxury of the elite. A huge excitement welled up inside me. In the last life, without a powerful family backing me, I had fought my way to this luxurious life step by step. This life, having entered the Winslow family with their backing, I was determined to achieve even greater success than before. Lost in thought, I heard shouting behind me. The door was suddenly flung open and a basketball flew in, hitting me squarely on the head. "Hey, you country girl! Toss my ball back here!" A lazy voice drawled behind me. I slowly turned around. Standing before me was a boy about my age, but much taller. He held his head up, arrogantly. If I remembered correctly, this was the Winslow's only son, Ethan Winslow. He loved extreme sports like racing and skydiving. A typical spoiled playboy, lazy and reckless. He had zero interest in the family business. In the last life, he was paralyzed from the waist down in a car accident during a race. His temperament became explosive afterward. "Hey, what are you staring at? Are you deaf?" The impatient voice rang in my ear. I snapped back to reality, picked up the basketball, and handed it to him. Remembering the chauffeur's instructions, I softly called out, "Brother, here's your ball." He paused. "Oh, trying to suck up, are we? Don't think for a second you'll get a slice of the Winslow fortune just by doing that." He scoffed and turned to leave. Over the next few days, I rarely saw Mrs. Winslow, and Ethan was like a ghost, completely absent. The butler showed me around the sprawling mansion. After the tour, he handed me a piece of paper, densely filled with courses on business management. "This is your upcoming schedule. Starting tomorrow, you will begin one-on-one business management training. Madame has arranged everything. Just study hard. It will be useful later." Well, can you handle it? In the last life, my adopted brother and I only started engaging with this after launching our startup. This life, I could learn it all at 15. I happily nodded. "Of course I can." A flicker of surprise crossed the butler's face. He didn't say anything more, continuing with instructions. To ensure I didn't fall behind in regular high school studies, Mrs. Winslow hired a private tutor for me. But I had already mastered this material in the last life, so it was easy. In just one short year, I fully grasped and flexibly applied all the knowledge. This girl is a quick study. Not only has she mastered the high school curriculum, but she also understands the difficult, dry business management courses. The teacher, Mrs. Winslow hired, praised me endlessly in front of her. I listened quietly. The teacher happily said, "At this rate, she doesn't need to finish high school. She can go straight to studying abroad." But Mrs. Winslow's plan was different. She wanted me to finish high school with Ethan and then go abroad together. She said it was so we could look out for each other, but it was really so I could keep an eye on the untamable Ethan. Mrs. Winslow paid the teacher handsomely, and her gaze towards me held more approval. "Come here, dear." She pulled me down to sit, handing me an acceptance letter. "Well done. Ethan's grades aren't great. Help him out. I don't demand much, just enough to pass. Once you graduate high school, I'll send both of you abroad. How does that sound?" Without beating around the bush, Mrs. Winslow stated her requirement. I didn't hesitate. "Thank you, Mom." Her eyebrows arched slightly. She was clearly pleased, holding my hand tighter. As a reward, Mrs. Winslow gave me a credit card to enjoy a day out. This was the most leisurely and relaxing day I'd had since arriving at the Winslow house. The chauffeur drove me to the busy downtown area, and I got out alone. Just a few steps in, a familiar figure appeared. Wendy Lansing. She was standing on the curb under the harsh sun, handing out flyers. The Lansing family was very poor, almost completely broke. It was understandable that she was forced to go out and earn money. I had lived that life in the last life, working 3 jobs a day during summer break while trying to keep up with school and doing countless chores for my foster parents. They pretended to be fair, but they never made my adopted brother lift a finger. Later, I found out they adopted me not for a dutiful daughter, but for free labor. "Hello, this is for our new program." A flyer was thrust into my face. Wendy looked up and saw me. Her voice stopped abruptly. "Annabelle?" Being the designer clothes I wore and my perfectly maintained skin, a flash of jealousy crossed her eyes. She sneered. "Living the high life now, aren't you? But don't say I didn't warn you. The Winslow family is a place that eats people alive. The madam there is scarier than you can imagine. You'll find out soon enough." My indifferent reply clearly irritated her. She began boasting about her foster parents. "Auntie and uncle treat me so well. Every day, I feel fulfilled. And my brother even tutors me. All right, we both got special admission to the city's Kiss Academy this year." Kiss Academy? The acceptance letter Mrs. Winslow gave me was also for Kiss Academy. Students accepted there are either from powerful families or are exceptionally talented. In the last life, my adopted brother and I were the ones who were specially accepted due to our outstanding academic performance. Our future life will be better and better while you'll die miserably on the streets. She looked absolutely certain. I opened my mouth about to say something. "Wendy, brother, why are you here?" Wendy's face lit up and she ran into Liam Lansing's arms. Liam carried a lunchbox and handed it to her. "Mom told me to bring you lunch. It's too hot today. Should I take over for you for a bit?" "No need, brother. I can do it." The Lansing parents were willing to pay for Liam's expensive tutoring but didn't allow Wendy to rest. "I was exploited the same way in the last life. You've worked hard." Liam's eyes then settled on me. "Brother, this is my sister, Annabelle. You met her before at the orphanage. Wendy introduced us." Liam glanced at me, his eyes cold and tinged with disgust. He ignored me and turned to Wendy. "Don't associate with questionable people. Let's go." Without giving me a chance to speak, Liam pulled Wendy away. "Brother, why are you so mean? What if you scared her away?" Wendy feigned innocence. "Silly sister. People like her are clearly trouble just by looking at them. Stay away from her, or she might stab you in the back." The harsh voice drifted over. I didn't understand why Liam was so hostile towards me for no reason. It bothered me a bit, but not much. I used the card Mrs. Winslow gave me to buy a pile of luxury goods. Carrying numerous shopping bags, I walked out. Wendy's face instantly soured. "What are you so proud of? You'll still die tragically later. Unlike my brother and me, we'll open a big company later," she declared confidently. I chuckled. She was too naive. I turned and returned to the Winslow mansion. In truth, none of those items were for me. They were all gifts for Mrs. Winslow, Ethan, and the staff. When I arrived, Ethan was home, a rare sight. Seeing me, he gave a cold laugh. "Oh, how long have you been with the Winslows? And you've already learned to bring giant bags of stuff into the house. Do you really think everything here belongs to you?" "Ethan," Mrs. Winslow warned. "She is your sister." Ethan pouted. "She's not my sister. I don't have a trashy country girl for a sister. She's embarrassing." Ethan always disliked me, but I didn't want to bring trouble upon myself. I took out the gifts one by one. "Mom, this is for you." I presented a box. It was a delicate chiffon scarf. I then gave gifts to the butler and the housekeepers who had been looking after me. Mrs. Winslow's face showed a look of satisfaction unlike any other day. The butler and staff were also surprised and grateful. Ethan's expression instantly darkened. Don't think a few gifts will buy people's affection." "Here, brother, this is for you," I said, ignoring his words, presenting the last gift, a model race car. He froze for a second, mumbled something, and took it. "Mom told me you like racing. I saw this while I was out shopping and bought it for you." The first day of school arrived quickly. I was planning to take a taxi, but I was surprised to see the chauffeur and the car waiting outside the gate. A slight smile appeared on my face, and I hurried over. "Hi, brother. Who are you calling, brother?" "I told you I'm not your brother." Ethan frowned and opened the car door. "Stop dragging your feet. Get in. The young master's time is precious." Yes, I answered slowly, handing him the breakfast the maid had prepared. Mom said one portion for each of us. A hint of embarrassment flashed across Ethan's face. He mumbled, "Who eats breakfast?" but still took it. I raised an eyebrow. He was clearly lying. Before getting out of the car, he didn't forget to warn me. "I'm telling you, at school, don't tell anyone you're my sister. Don't reveal our relationship, or I'll leave you behind." He quickly stepped out of the car. "The chauffeur comforted me, miss. Don't mind him. The young master has been like that since he was a child." I shook my head and said it was fine, then got out of the car. Coincidentally, I ran into two familiar figures at the school gate. Liam Lansing, handsome and aloof, attracted many female students. A crowd surrounded the brother and sister. "Did you hear? That's the top scorer this year, specially accepted by our school. He's amazing. And his sister is smart too. Ranked 5th 10th in the city. I'm so jealous. I wish I had a brother like that." Based on my scores, I was placed in the first-ranked class, unbelievably, in the same class as Liam and Wendy. Ethan, however, was placed in the very last class. Wendy walked up to me with a smug look. "Coincidence, sister. I didn't expect us to be in the same class." But of course, the Winslow family is so powerful. Getting you in here is nothing. Unlike my brother and me, we had to work hard to get accepted. Oh, right. Where is that useless Winslow son? Knowing Mrs. Winslow, she probably shoved him into the school too, right? I frowned, about to speak, but was interrupted. Liam walked over, his eyes still full of disgust when he looked at me. He pulled Wendy behind him. "I told you not to associate with her." "Brother, she's not bad," Wendy insisted, feigning innocence. Liam spoke sternly. "How do you know she's not bad?" My first day was fully scheduled. Tired of watching the two siblings act, I focused on looking at my management notes. After school, Ethan and I agreed to meet at the gate to go home together. For a few days, though he still acted reluctantly, he always brought back various snacks from the school gate for me. Seeing the small cake handed to me, I paused. "I saw the girls in your class eating this. You don't like it?" "I do." "Of course I do." My lips curved up, and I happily accepted. For the next week, it was a different snack every day. Chips, fruit, yogurt. He tried almost every stall in front of the school. One semester passed, and our relationship improved considerably. One day, I went to the gate with the usual expectation, but his figure was nowhere to be seen. I searched everywhere. Just then, some whispers reached my ears. "Hey, did you hear? Ethan Winslow scheduled a race at the mountain." "Really?" "Yeah, the race must be starting now." My heart skipped a beat. Finally, I remembered in the last life Ethan was also goaded by others into racing. His car was tampered with, and coupled with the difficult terrain, he ended up in a horrific accident. Because he wasn't rescued in time, he was paralyzed for life. I quickly called the police with the location and frantically drove toward the mountain. When I arrived, the race had already started. A crowd was cheering wildly. A race car zoomed past, kicking up dust. The very next second, a loud explosion rang out, and the red race car lost control, crashing directly into a rock face. The crowd scattered like disturbed bees. "Brother!" I rushed forward. Just a little more, and I could pull him out. But a strong force pulled me back, and I fell to the ground. "This is your brother?" A vicious face appeared before me. "Call an ambulance quickly. My brother is barely breathing." I looked at the driver's seat. Ethan was completely trapped, with no space to breathe. My heart pounded wildly. "Your brother crossed me, and you want to save him? Dream on." A large hand slapped me repeatedly, playfully. I pushed him away, slapping back. I screamed, "You are committing murder. It's a crime, and I won't let you get away with it." I wanted to scare them off. I quickly pulled out my phone to call for rescue, but in that instant, it was snatched from my hand and thrown away. A powerful slap sent me tumbling to the ground. "You little brat! Who told you to fight back?" A foot stomped on my face. A ripping pain erupted. In a daze, I saw a familiar figure. It was Liam Lansing. "Brother, help me!" I screamed hoarsely. Liam was walking towards me, but Wendy grabbed his arm halfway. "Brother, what are you looking at? Don't meddle. Those people are dangerous." I saw the hesitation on Liam's face turn to acceptance. He looked at me intently, then turned and walked away. The man grabbed a large hammer from his car. "I've been alive this long, and no one has dared to hit me. Today, I'll show you the price of a slap." My cries for help were carried away by the wind. He raised the hammer and brought it down. The moment the iron hammer swung toward me, I shut my eyes tight. A groan sounded in my ear. The pain I expected didn't come. I quickly opened my eyes. My brother was blocking me. Drops of fresh blood fell from his mouth, splashing onto my face. My heart involuntarily raced. "Brother, don't scare me." I watched Ethan collapse in front of me. My heart squeezed with pain. I rushed to hold him. "Brother, wake up! Don't scare me!" "So noisy. Shut up." The vicious man reached out and grabbed my hair, pulling me up. "Want me to sew your mouth shut? You'll never speak again." At this moment, worry overshadowed fear. I grabbed his arm. "You are attempting murder! It's a crime!" "I already called the police. You better let us go, or else." Before I could finish, my throat was squeezed tight. The sensation of choking overwhelmed me. I couldn't speak, only stare at his increasingly twisted face. "Call the police. Who are you trying to scare?" "Even if you did, I don't care. Today, I'll show you the consequences of defying me." The corner of his mouth curled into a cruel smile. With that, he flung me away. I hit the ground hard, my head spinning. Before I could recover, he strode towards my brother and delivered a kick. My brother curled up on the ground, groaning in pain. Ignoring my own pain, I lunged and grabbed his leg. "Don't hit my brother!" I screamed, using all my strength, but I couldn't stop his kick. I was thrown back. "You think you can tell me what to do? What about my reputation?" He waved his hand. His accomplices rushed in, surrounding my brother. Punches and kicks rained down. Fresh blood spattered onto the ground. I saw an iron bar fall to the ground and without hesitation, lunged for it. "Get away from him!" I swung it, hitting anyone within reach. Seeing me go mad, they backed away. I broke through the crowd and quickly pulled my brother up. Blood gushed from his mouth. My hands were trembling. "Are you okay, brother? Don't leave me. I'll take you to the hospital." Thanks to my daily training, he didn't feel too heavy. I slowly helped him stumble toward the exit. We just needed to get down the mountain to the main road and flag a car. I gritted my teeth and dragged us forward step by step. "Where do you think you're going?" A shadow fell over us. The gang looked at me mockingly. "Did you really think you two would escape today?" The man holding the iron bar flipped it over and over in his hand. "Yeah, you hit our boss. And do you think you can just leave? Did you ask us first?" Another burly man stepped out. Mrs. Winslow had hired a professional martial arts teacher for me for a year. But fighting this kind of muscle-bound guy, and so many of them, I truly wasn't sure. "Don't worry about me. Run!" A weak voice reached my ear. He tried to push me away, but his strength was no match for mine now. "I'm not leaving." For the first time, I disobeyed him. I held his waist tightly. "If we go together." I won't leave you behind." Such deep sibling love, the clapping sound echoed. The man's eyes suddenly turned vicious. "But it's time to end this." With that, he kicked out. Caught off guard, I was sent tumbling to the ground. My brother fell with me. They slowly advanced, the steel bars dragging on the ground, making a chilling sound. "Boys, charge! Whoever hits the hardest gets a big reward later." As soon as he finished speaking, they rushed forward like wild beasts. Instinctively, I shielded Ethan. I absolutely cannot let him get hurt. I must not, I repeated in my heart. Bang! A gunshot rang out. The iron bars fell to the ground. The pain I imagined didn't come. "Stop! Hands up! Police! The police are here!" They surrounded us. The arrogant men scattered like startled animals. In the chaos, I grabbed a police officer's jacket, begging them to hurry and take my brother to the hospital. His leg was already injured in the accident and now was hit again. I couldn't bear to think about the consequences of any further delay. My body was freezing cold. It wasn't until the stretcher arrived and I saw him being loaded into the ambulance that my hanging heart finally settled. I collapsed. I woke up the next afternoon. I opened my eyes to see Mrs. Winslow sitting beside the bed. "Annabelle, you're awake." Mrs. Winslow's eyes were red-rimmed and she held my hand tightly, looking anxious. I nodded. "Where is my brother? How is he?" Mentioning Ethan, the madam wiped her tears. "Ethan was rushed into surgery. He's not out yet." Just then, the doctor entered with news. Ethan had been moved out of surgery. The madam and I rushed out almost simultaneously. The doctor assured us, "Don't worry, his leg was saved." It's truly a miracle. Any later, and his legs might have been unsalvageable. Now, he just needs rest. Also, the patient's spine was severely injured from the beating, but thankfully, there was no damage to the spinal cord. I sighed in relief. If Ethan had been permanently injured because of me, I would never have forgiven myself. He woke up after 2 days. Despite his mother's scolding, he barely paid attention, his eyes fixed on me. "Sister, are you okay?" Since I moved into the Winslow house, this was the first time he called me sister. Not only me, but Mrs. Winslow also froze. "What did you call Annabelle?" "Sister?" Ethan repeated. Mrs. Winslow gently patted my shoulder. I knew what this meant. They had accepted me as a member of the Winslow family. No longer just a tool to help Ethan study, but a complete, independent individual. "Good girl." Mrs. Winslow covered her mouth, hugging me with one hand and stroking Ethan's hair with the other. She emphasized no more racing, study hard with Annabelle. After high school graduation, I'll send both of you abroad. Mrs. Winslow had repeated this line no less than 3 times, and each time, Ethan had irritably refused. This time, he agreed obediently. "Okay, I'll study with my sister." His eyes settled on me. Mrs. Winslow gripped my hand. At this moment, I felt the warmth spreading from her palm. In that instant, I believed I had a family. I told the police that someone had tampered with his race car. After investigation, the truth was revealed. Coupled with the intentional assault, each perpetrator was sentenced appropriately. He held my hand, his eyes resolute. "I will always protect you. Don't ever rush in alone again, understand?" he said seriously. "Okay," I replied. But in my heart, I knew that if the situation arose again, I would make the same choice countless times. Because he had protected me, I would also protect him. My brother was hospitalized for 3 months. I requested remote learning from the school and cared for him for over 3 months, using the time to tutor him in the 10th grade curriculum. The first month after his recovery, I returned to school with him, just in time for the first monthly exam. Coming out of the exam room, I ran into 2 familiar faces, Liam and Wendy. Seeing me, Wendy paused. She feigned surprise. "Sister, when did you get back to school? I heard you were injured. Was it serious? I thought you dropped out." In her exaggerated expression, I clearly saw smugness. Not wanting to reply, I walked past them. Annabelle Liam suddenly called me back. It was rare for him not to show disdain for me. "Are you okay?" Thinking of his heartless decision that day even to a stranger, he shouldn't have done that. He should have at least called for help, but he did nothing. My heart was only filled with coldness. I had no feelings left for him. "I'm fine," I replied coldly. Just as I was about to leave, he stepped forward to block my way, grabbing my hand. "What are you doing?" Before I could pull away, whoosh! A backpack flew toward him, hitting Liam squarely. He released my hand. My brother picked up the backpack. "What do you think you're doing? You dare lay a hand on my sister?" "Winslow, Liam seemed about to say something. "Brother, don't mind them. Let's go." Wendy immediately rushed over and pulled Liam away. He kept looking back at me until he was out of sight. What a jerk. "If he dares touch you again, just tell me. Ethan mimed punching. I was both amused and touched. "It's okay. I'm fine. Let's go home." Listen, sister, I'm going to ace this month's exam. I'm definitely going to move up to the first-ranked class and sit with you. You believe me, right?" He said confidently. "I believe you. You're just saying that." "No, I'm serious. I never doubted Ethan's academic ability. He was inherently intelligent. He just never applied himself. After 3 months of tutoring, I could clearly feel his progress. The truth proved my intuition correct." A week later, the monthly test scores were announced. Ethan really did leap from the bottom to the top 10 in the entire grade, qualifying for the first-ranked class. My score remained stable at first place, unchanged. What surprised me was that Liam and Wendy, who were previously top 5, simultaneously dropped out of the top 100 and were transferred to the second-ranked class. Looking at the glaring numbers on the scoreboard, Wendy clenched her teeth, her eyes filled with jealousy. How? How can this be?" She glared at me. "Annabelle Winslow, you must have cheated. How could you be number 1 after missing so much school?" Nobody would believe that. And Ethan Winslow. He should be paralyzed. Why is he fine? And scoring so well? I don't believe it. You must have cheated. Wendy seemed to go insane, demanding to report us to the principal and calling for a thorough investigation. Liam tried to stop her, but was shoved away. She screamed maliciously, "You're my brother. You should take my side. Why are you defending that tramp? Do you like her?" Liam didn't answer. Wendy looked like she understood, nodding. "Fine, just you wait." With that, she ran off. Soon after, Ethan and I were called to the principal's office. The investigation confirmed we hadn't cheated. Wendy, however, was written up for fabricating accusations and disrupting school order. She became hysterical. "No, I can't have a record. They clearly cheated. Are you all blind? How is this possible?" Because she insulted the school administration, she was nearly expelled. Her Lansing foster parents rushed to beg and plead, and she was finally allowed to continue her studies. However, due to her crazy behavior, rumors spread throughout the school. Everyone was talking about her. Even Liam, who once loved her dearly, gradually began to distance himself. Realizing this, Wendy went into another frenzy. Liam was exhausted by her harassment. His grades plummeted severely, dropping from the second-ranked class to the very last one. Teachers even called his parents, saying if he didn't focus on studying, the school would be forced to take disciplinary action. Facing the risk of expulsion, Wendy heard the news and went wild, confronting the teacher, accusing them of having a crush on Liam and deliberately causing him to distance himself from her. Finally, she accidentally severely injured the teacher and was forced to drop out of school. Hearing the rumors, my hand paused mid-stroke. Suddenly, a piece of cake was offered to me. "Studying hard? Eat this." I looked up. My brother was smiling brightly. "Thank you, brother." I took the cake, savoring every bite. Outside the window, a pair of eyes was clearly watching. I tilted my head. It was Liam Lansing. After a long time, he looked significantly changed, no longer possessing the cool, genius aura he once had, only showing exhaustion and failure. I averted my gaze and continued studying after finishing the cake. As the college entrance exams approached under Mrs. Winslow's guidance, my brother and I simultaneously applied to international universities. Mrs. Winslow said we didn't need to take the local college exams. We could go straight abroad once accepted by the foreign school. But my brother and I still took the local exams, simply because we wanted to experience it again. On the last evening of the exam, the whole school cheered excitedly. My brother snuck out and bought lots of delicious food, bringing it back to share with our roommates. After setting the food down, he rushed off. I picked up a large bag and turned around, catching sight of a familiar figure standing in the shadows. "Who's there?" My heart pounded. 100 possibilities flashed through my mind until the person stepped out of the darkness. It was Liam Lansing. He looked much thinner, his eyes sunken, his face tired. "How did the exam go?" he asked. I guarded myself. Are we close enough for him to ask about my exam score? If I remember correctly, he's always had a bad attitude towards me. The atmosphere fell silent. After a moment, he spoke. "Annabelle, you don't remember me?" His voice was hoarse, tinged with bitterness. In that instant, I suddenly realized he too had been reborn, or had regained his memories from the last life. That day, I tried to help you, but Wendy pulled me away. A few days later, I heard you temporarily left school, and I was so worried about you. Since then, I keep having a strange dream. I dream that my family adopted you from the orphanage. You became my sister. I dream that we went abroad together. I dream that we got married. I dream that you told me you wanted to be with me forever." His voice grew softer and softer, almost inaudible, his eyes drooping. Suddenly, he looked up at me, his voice pitching high. "Annabelle, I'm not dreaming, am I? Those things were real, weren't they? We were together. We started a business, got married, had children. He was intensely agitated. "What are you talking about?" I cut him off. "I am Ethan Winslow's sister. I am a Winslow. We've never known each other. Don't come looking for me again." I spoke in one breath, walking past him, hurrying upstairs. "Annabelle," he called out to me. I paused, but didn't look back, leaving directly. Later, my roommate told me he stood downstairs waiting all night. "Annabelle, what's going on between you and him?" "We're not acquainted," I replied coldly. The next day, I packed my bags and left the dorm. The Winslow car was waiting downstairs to pick me up. Carrying 3 years of youth and memories, I left that place. On the day the college entrance exam scores were released, my brother and I were both accepted into the same foreign university. At the same time, my local college entrance exam score was still first in the city, just like in the last life, but slightly higher. My brother ranked 5th. Mrs. Winslow was thrilled, hosting an 18th birthday celebration for both of us. In September, we left for our studies abroad. On the day we boarded the plane, I saw Liam standing outside, his eyes pleading. I didn't care and just kept walking. I heard from friends in our group that Liam hadn't done well this time, only getting accepted into a mediocre school. Wendy also took the exam, and her results were disastrous. She didn't even meet the minimum score to apply to any school. Everything was moving in a direction completely opposite to the last life, yet also strangely similar. The plane took off. I flew toward the bright future that belonged to me.